All right, everyone. There is a significant outbreak of Chikungunya virus actually in China right now, and it appears that Beijing is massively overreacting to it. This is not usually a good sign. We may have seen this happen before. I would like to point out chikungunya is almost never fatal. While it is a painful disease, apparently it can make you feel like your bones are being twisted sideways. That doesn't sound pleasant. It doesn't spread very readily. This is a major outbreak, but you got to realize it's in a densely populated area. It's mosquito-borne, generally speaking. So this is not similar to the coup for the cold or something. This is a mosquito-borne illness. And while it causes, in some cases, very bad pain, doesn't generally kill people. But you remember when chikungunya first managed to make it creep its way into parts of the southern United States, how people reacted. They were afraid. They're like, oh my God, it makes it feel like your bones are being twisted backwards and stuff. Holy shit. And then all of a sudden people buy a bunch of bug spray and stuff like that, and those blue lamps that kill everything that approaches them. It is kind of funny to hear the little popping sounds. It's like, hey, I didn't inflict death upon you, so there's no karma for me. You're just too stupid to stay away from that electrified field. And it's pretty funny. But if Beijing is kind of panicking, they're spraying, poison gas everywhere and masking up, of course, because that really prevents mosquitoes from seeing you. It's basically like mosquito camouflage. It's retarded, actually. Um, Keep in mind that if it does break out worse, that people will start panic buying. It'll be just like before. Now, this is more of a keep your eye on it scenario at the moment, because of course, with any given infection, it's always possible that it will mutate. This is a categorical maxim. It's not the virus you're dealing with now, it's the virus you're dealing with tomorrow that's the problem. The known quantity, something that's been around for 50, 60 years or more, well, you already know you've got treatments and prevention and stuff like that. You already know of it. It's already a known quantity. It's not going to make anyone panic. It's like flu season. Well, you know it's coming. Well, ta-da, the flu's been around for quite some time, so people have gotten pretty much used to it. Unless you're old and infirm or you have like a compromised immune system or something, what do? You hydrate more, maybe you take a day off in bed and eat some soup. That's basically the only thing that you can do. And what else are you gonna do? Use that fucking flu nasal spray stuff that supposedly shortens its existence in your body? Never done so, never going to do so. I mean, because I'm not retarded. I mean, I am, but it's beyond the point. Now, with regards to chikungunya, this would be more of a wait and see scenario. Wait and see whether the Chinese government starts locking things down or something like that. Because then if it spreads, it could give people the impetus to try to do that again here in the West. So, maybe you've got an extra 14-pack roll of toilet paper on hand or something like that, just in case people get retarded again. Because that's really what happened. It wasn't the virus's fault. That didn't cause any societal overhaul at all. It was people's response to the virus that did that. It was closing all the stores, forcing people to stand apart from one another, keeping Jimmy and Sally from going to school and building healthy peer connections, stuff like that. Making people afraid, making people terrorized of literally a cold, which is what happened. I almost wish I could go back and relive those times just to see it once again, just to remind myself how surreal it was to watch people like chickens with their heads cut off, completely panicking, not knowing what the hell is going on, and being completely unable to listen to those of us who are actually still thinking with reason. Hey, how many infections do you think are going to be stopped by piling sand in the skate park? How many people are going to be healthier because you're forcing them to remain at home and only shop at places that sell shit food because none of the healthy grocery stores are allowed to remain open? And you're only allowing like 10 people in at a time anyway to get their ding dongs and their Cheetos and shit. How good do you think it's going to be for the economy to shut down virtually all trade and travel for an extended period of time? Those of us who asked these questions were called conspiracy theorists years ago. Now the people that were criticizing us, you notice they don't really have jack to say now, do they? They don't have much to say about that. They don't want to say anything at all because they're fools. Instead, they would rather invoke their right to remain silent, lest they self-incriminate as being fools. And I notice it, I take great joy in it. When the kids start getting massive depression, you have more school shootings, and the liberals and uniparties, they'll blame the existence of guns instead of the rampant mental health crisis that we're about to embark upon. When those kids that lack basic social skills get to that age and start shooting things up, hopefully if one of them's on the street shooting people, they recognize me and don't blow my head off, realizing I was one of the people who tried to stop it. I really did. But we were ultimately generally unsuccessful. So yeah, when you were eating your ringdings and stuff, it was fun stocking up. I will say doing a bit of mild prepping and having a very, very full pantry was pretty cool because I have, I have a little bit of OCD. So arranging the cans and everything else, it was kind of fun. I won't deny that it was. That's about all. Peace out.